So this is dividing a fraction by a whole number. So if I'm going to divide a third into 4 equal pieces, then I'll just split it into 4 equal pieces, and I will get one of these. We have 3 times 4 is 12 equal bits, and I have one of them. So you can see we're multiplying the bottom. We're finding 1/4 or 1/4 of 1/3. We're dividing it into 4. So if I then want to divide 2/3 by 4, then again I'm dividing it up into 4 equal pieces, and I'm getting 12 small pieces, 4 times 3, and I'm getting 2/12. We might notice that we can simplify this, that this is in fact 1/6. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups of 2, and we've got one of them, so that's also 1/6. And for one final example, I'll divide 2/3 by 3. I'm going to split it into 3 little pieces. So I'm going to get 3 times 3 is 9 pieces, and I'm going to get 2/9. So when I divide by 3, it's the same as multiplying by 1/3. So let's see what happens if we divide a whole number by a fraction. How many times does a half go into 1? Well, here's 1, and it's made up of 2 halves. How about how many times does a half go into 2? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. And into 3? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So dividing by a half seems to be the same as multiplying by 2. Let's go back to just 1, and we'll divide it by thirds. Well, that's 3/3. Or 2 divided by a third, well, that's going to take 3/3 to make 1, 6/3 to make 2, and 9/3 to make 3. If I want to deal with 4 on the bottom, 12, or 8, or 4. 5 on the bottom, 5, 10, 15, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So dividing by a fraction is the same as multiplying by the denominator. So you think you've got that. So this is dividing one fraction by another. So if I'm going to divide 3/4 by a half, we're asking how many times does a half fit in here? And I think you can see that it's going to be one of these plus another half of these, but let's try. Oh, gracious me. Splitting that up into 4. Then we can see that we get 1, 2, and a half of these in here. And these are half of a half, these are quarters, so I'm getting 3 halves of a half in 3/4. Now let's try dividing 3/5 by a half. Well, we need to split our half up into even smaller pieces until we get 6. It's not the easiest thing to use. So here, once we've got the same number on the bottom, we can see we need one of these halves to make this, plus an extra 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth of that half. So that's actually, we need 6/5 of this, which is the same as 12/10. If I was to multiply the 6 by 2, I would get 12/10. And let's try this example. I want to divide 3/5 by 2/3. So again, I need the common number on the bottom. If I could get this to 15. And then we can see that this is divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces, and I need 9/10 of 2/3 to get 3/5. Dividing fractions. To divide, remember, keep, flip and change, KFC. Keep the first fraction, flip the second fraction, change the divide sign to multiply. So 4/7 divided by 3/4. Well, we keep the first fraction as 4/7. We flip the second fraction, so 3/4 becomes 4/3, and change the divide sign to multiply. And we know how to multiply. So we've got 4/7 times 4/3. We multiply the top and the bottom. 4 4s are 16. 7 3s are 21. It's 16/21. Half divided by 7/8. Well, keep the first fraction as a half, flip the second to get 8/7, and multiply, and I get 8/14, and that simplifies to 4/7. 3/4 divided by 5/8. Flip the second, so 3/4 times 8/5. 3/8 are 24, 4 5s are 20, and this will simplify. This becomes 6/5. And that's 1 1/5. But we could make it even quicker. We remember, when we've got our 3/4 times 8/5, the 8 and the 4 will cancel, and to get 3/1 times 2/5, and we get 6/5 straight away without having to simplify earlier, just like we did with multiplication.